Hi folks, Pete Yetton here, Managing Director of Remarkable Law Consultancy Limited, a higher education and immigration specialist, and have been for the last 14 years. I've just posted a video on LinkedIn, same shirts, the same day. I just thought I'd do another one on high-risk markets. The previous video was about UKVI audits and the action plans and everything that's happening right now in the sector and the reason behind that, and how COVID played a part in that. I want to look at high-risk recruitment strategies right now and high-risk education. Because that's really a driver of what's happening. Okay, so if you look at my previous video, you see the reason why. I don't want to go into it. I've only got 5 minutes on this clip. So I want to go into what happens if you either want to go into the strategy of high risk recruitment, or you're in the middle of it and things are not going to plan. So I have bathed in these high risk waters for 12 years now, and I'm just very aware that there's a couple of things. On the positive side of things, they're amazing students. Okay, so they are super focused students. They have to be, because their parents and their families are sacrificing so much normally for them to be here. They're selling land, they're selling houses, they're clubbing together, their savings. I mean, it's really, really important because education is not normally a birthright in a lot of countries. It's something that people fight for, and it's the only way of them actually benefiting themselves and their wider family and their wider community. So when they're here, you'll find that they're going to be super focused, really, really good students. They'll invariably be ambassadors in many, many groups and linked groups and lobbying groups and potentially student presidents. You'll see them in because they really, really care about education. I grew up in Southern Africa and Zambia, so I saw firsthand about the importance of education across the board, of how people saw education, which is quite different to how we see it in the UK. So student recruitment from high risk countries. High risk is deemed by the UKVI really based on geopolitically what's happening in that country. So it could be civil unrest, change of government, civil wars going on. It could be a change of government in terms of the currency is now shifted, and there's a anti-corruption drive going through from a government, and therefore the currency is bouncing up and down. So money's not worth as much, and then yes, it is worth a lot. So that will cause UKVI to view risk on a very fluid basis, but there's always 4 or 5 countries that are always there. If they see an increase in asylum cases coming through the UK, that will deem them being high risk as well. So basically, high risk is any student or country where there's going to be a migration of people who want to go and better their circumstances. And one of the routes to the UK is the student route market. And the UKVI have to deem who's genuine and who's not genuine by their due diligence methods, one of which is this student sponsor in the university and how we assess that student eligibility criteria, how we source them, and our levels of due diligence before we give a CAS out for them to get a visa. So that's the bit I can really help with. I can either do an audit for you, or I can come into your institution for a 3-6 month period or even a year. I'll immerse myself as a contractor, and I'll look at your entire strategy from recruitment strategy, agent management piece, through to admissions, how that all works, through to enrollment, registry, and then through to beyond education and placement provider. So what's massively important is that you don't shy away from this recruitment strategy, really. It's massively beneficial. A lot of Russell Group universities right now are moving from a safer platform to a more high-risk, diverse recruitment platform because they need to change the demographic of their student body for inclusivity reasons. So it's a really good reason why they're doing it, but they're not changing their structure or their support structure in order to cope with students that might need more help. And that's the bit that I can help with. So if you want to contact me, I am Pete at remarkablelawconsultancy.com, and my website is remarkablelawconsultancy.com. There's a contact page there. I think you can have a free consultation or just email me. And I'll have a free chat with you. We can have a chat. It doesn't matter how long, about your needs, where you currently are. And if you need just training, I've just applied some training as a one-off to an institution down south, and they found it really beneficial. We can do that as well. So take care, stay connected, stay collaborative, and I hope I'll hear from you in the near future.